God is going to turn your weaknesses into strengths, and I have a feeling He's going to do that in my life. He's going to do that in your life. I just realized I filmed this whole video using the wrong mic, so that sucks. So I think I'm gonna have to record this again. My name is Augustus, and you don't need to know much about me. Today I was going to actually give a tour of Rutgers University. I created like an itinerary. I was gonna go around like different buildings and talk about, you know, like my experiences there. I also grew up in Piscataway, and I literally live 2 feet away from Livingston campus, so I have some childhood memories. And I was gonna go talk about stuff. It's gonna sound dorky, but I even like wrote out jokes I was gonna say, you know. I'm trying really hard, guys. I woke up today and I didn't feel quite right. I'm on my bike right now, so that's why you can hear like the wind or some bike tires squeaking. So I woke up today and I didn't feel quite right, and I felt, you know, quite honestly, I just felt very lonely. And I haven't really felt that way in a while. So I was thinking to myself, well, why am I feeling lonely? Like, this sucks. I actually wanted to film like a lighthearted, fun video, give you guys a tour of Rutgers. But I couldn't do that because I wasn't really like feeling up to snuff. Is that a thing people say? Thought about it and I was like, well, why am I feeling lonely? I don't really know why. It's out of the blue, but we can turn it into a positive, and we can actually talk a little bit about loneliness and being alone. And it's something that I unfortunately have had a lot of experience with in my childhood, college, as an adult, but also something that a lot of people experience nowadays. I'm gonna sound like a fact book, but over 40% of people under 24 say they struggle with loneliness very often. I can't talk. By the way, this is the new Rubberwood Johnson Barnabas Health building off Livingston. They are paying a ton of money to actually build these stuff. So yeah. So basically, there's a popo riding up to me. I'm kind of feeling intimidated, but anyway, there's the popo right there. I don't know. When I see police officers, I get intimidated. I feel like I did something wrong, you know. I feel a little guilty. You are alone or you aren't. It depends on like your external circumstances. So it's a neutral thing. But people actually, you know, it can be a positive thing. People sometimes do their best to work alone. You have to concentrate, you have to focus. But it is neutral. So being alone can also cause all sort of things to come out of your mind. It can resurface things in the past. And I think that's what a lot of you guys are going through right now, is actually there are things in your life that, you know, we sort of medicate ourselves with like Netflix and distracting ourselves. And there are things resurfacing in your life that you haven't really thought about in a long time. So that's being alone. It's a neutral thing. But what is loneliness? So loneliness is a feeling. I would say it is a prison. It is somewhere that no one really gets there by choice. But loneliness is a product of the choices you make. And it is a product of the mindset that you inherit, the beliefs that you have. If you believe that you're lonely, you are probably going to be lonely. I know from personal experience that, you know, there are moments in the day where I'm like feeling good, but then once I allow this lie, sometimes loneliness is a lie, but sometimes when I allow this lie of loneliness to enter my mind, I suddenly start acting lonely, and I start acting afraid, and I start acting fearful. So loneliness can be a lie, but when it is not a lie, that is because you are not feeling connected. You're not feeling connected to community, and it is being cut off and feeling cut off. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, like, you can get into the pains of being and the pangs of being lonely by lies, but to get out of loneliness, true loneliness, like, you actually need to put in work, and you need to foster connections, and you need to foster relationships. You need to get connected to people. You need to get connected to God. And that's something that I honestly have struggled with. I've sort of first started feeling lonely in high school, you know, just sort of the typical sort of stuff high schoolers deal with, you know. Had some bad experiences in high school, you know, being made fun of, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But there's a choice, and there's a choice to invest in relationships. There's a choice to reach out. There's a lot of things that could have been better, but you have to move forward. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so one thing is, if you are trying to get out of loneliness, like me, there's something you can do to help yourself, which is don't beat yourself up for where you are. And from a personal experience, I think I have beat myself up a lot by being like, oh, dude, I'm such in a lonely state of loneliness. No one likes me. I'm such a loser. Stuff like that. Like, just please do not do that to yourself. You have to accept and be proud of where you are. That is powerful, and I can't speak because I'm getting emotional, but I wholeheartedly believe that God will take your weakness and turn it into strength. And for me, loneliness has been my biggest weakness. It has honestly caused so much pain in my life. I honestly believe that God's gonna do something great with it. God's gonna do something amazing. I don't know what. Maybe I do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. So be proud of where you are. God He's working something. He's working something peculiar. He's working something amazing. So bye-bye, guys. This vlog ended on a much more positive note than I thought. I'm so happy. The sun is shining. Good day. Have a good week. Bye-bye. I just realized that at the end of the vlog, when I was getting into when I was getting deep into my concluding remarks, there was a lot of wind and you couldn't hear me. But basically what I was trying to say is that God is going to turn your weaknesses into strengths, and I have a feeling He's going to do that in my life. He's going to do that in your life, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy good though. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I also realized during the vlog that I was like this a lot, and you couldn't really see much except my chin and the sky. So I'm gonna try to improve and be a good vlogger. I'll be a good vlogger for you guys. All right, bye guys.